Hello again. So, last video we talked about the while loop. And now we're going to talk about some different things we can do within a while loop and, in a for loop, which we'll get to later. But let's just start with something simple. Like, all the while conditions have to be is some sort of Boolean expression or Boolean value. So I could just literally put true here. And, we're not going to make that a condition most of the time, but since it is literally a Boolean value and all the Boolean expressions evaluate to a Boolean value, it is a actual condition we can use. So in this case, the while loop is just going to run basically forever because the condition is simply true. The condition is always going to be true. Now, why would we want to do this? Well, let's I'm just going to come up with some silly, program where it's going to be like enter the password. And I'll do that /n because it'll make a new line and it'll look a little bit nicer. And I'm going to say the password is equal to computer science rocks. That's going to be my password. So the user is going to enter a password and we'll say, password guess, I guess, is equal to the input. We already prompted the user. I guess I could just fit all that. Yeah, let's shorten up this code a bit. Let's put it into the prompt. We don't need a print statement. Alright, so the user is gonna guess a password and it's gonna be stored in the variable password guess. And I am gonna make the program so that if the password guess is equal to password, then I'm going to say something like that is indeed the password. And then what we're going to do is a break statement. And you literally just do that by typing break. And that's if the password's correct. And outside of that, I'm just going to say we don't even need to make an else statement because we'll see why in a second, but incorrect, try again. Okay. And I'll put as a reference for myself, this is after the loop is done. Just so I know that the program's going to work in the way I intended it to. So let me explain what this break statement is. This break statement, if it were to be executed, would break this while loop. It would cause the program to exit the while loop. So what's going on is I'm asking the user to enter a password. If the user's guess is the same thing as the password, it's going to inform the user that that's the correct password, and then it's going to break the loop and cause it to be done. If this isn't met, it's going to ignore all this code and just print incorrect, try again, and then it's going to loop back to the beginning and tell the user to enter the password again. So let's run this. Enter the password, so fish, I don't know. Let's just put fish. And it says incorrect, try again, and then it prompts me to enter the password again. So, Bridget, that's my cat. Her name's Bridget, but that's not the password. So it's incorrect. Let's try it again. And then if I enter the correct password, computer science rocks, it says that is indeed the password, and then it lets me know that the loop is done. So the break statement is just a way to without having to like mess around with the condition at all, cause the loop to end. And it really works great for situations like this where you want the loop to keep going and going and going until something happens. In this case, entering a password. Rather than having, most of the time when we write conditions, there's some sort of numerical expression like x is greater than something or x is less than something. And that's not as helpful for a situation like this, where we want this process to just continue until they get it right. So that is a situation in which not only can we use this true condition, we can use this break statement. Now, there's another type of statement we can use to like run this program, and that is what we can do is there's something called a continue statement, where we just write continue. Well, do I want to put it here? Actually, I'm just going to replace this. Continue. Now, what this does is I'm going to enter a password, and it's going to be random nonsense. And it asks me to enter the password again. So the continue statement basically jumps back to the start of the loop. If you hit this continue statement, it causes you to go back to the beginning of the loop. So the break statement ends the loop. The continue statement sort of resets the loop in a way. Basically does the same thing that I just did, except without that print statement there. So there's different situations where you might want to use a continue statement. But I think that's about it for this video. So we covered the break and the continue statement. Got some more, saw some more examples of a loop. In the next video, I believe we will be covering the for loop, which is just super interesting. So stay tuned for that.